Hi, I'm Janine and welcome. This short practice will be focusing on our legs and our hips, which is an area that I hear a lot about in prenatal yoga and yoga for moms. And hopefully this short and sweet practice will help you at home. Get whatever props that you need. I'm going to have a blanket for underneath my knees. And you can certainly use a block or two blocks if you have them. I just wanted to show what you could do if you don't have any blocks. And you could have some books here to replace blocks, which can help give a little more space, as you'll see. Take a moment to get whatever you need and let's get started. Come on into a tabletop. You can take tabletop with your fingers spread wide, or if you're having any wrist issues, you can have your fists with the knuckles pointing in down on the floor, whichever one works better for you. And knees about hips distance apart, but again, see what feels good in your body. And then hug your baby in, drawing these muscles in, or just hug your belly in. And let's start with some hip circles. Breathe as you move. You decide how big or small these circles are, and then go in the other direction, pressing out into the fingertips, making sure that if your palms are on the floor, all of your weight isn't going in the heels of your hands. Nice. Come back into neutral and press your hips from side to side, getting a little stretch in the outer hip. Moving at your rhythm. Nice. Back into center. Tuck your, one set of toes back, maybe you're right. Strong through the thigh. Hug your baby in or scoop the abdominals in. Back thigh is strong, getting a little stretch through the calf. Drop that knee back down, stretch back to the other leg. Notice when you're holding your breath. And then drop your knees back down. And you can put your hands on your blocks or maybe on your fingertips and bring your right foot to the right block. Drop down through the hips, broaden across the chest, and press to the top of the back foot and the shin. You don't want all your weight in your knees. Lengthening your tailbone, broadening across the chest. If you need a little more lift, with any props, add a little more lift. And then just move a little bit here. Allowing for a nice stretch through the hip flexor. We're not being aggressive, we're allowing, not forcing. And then with an inhale, lift your hips up, slide your heel farther away and peel the toes up. You can always have a little bend in the front of your knee. And again, notice if you're super rounding here and see if you can find a little more space. And then we'll move back and forth between the two if you choose with your breath. If you'd prefer to stay, then stay. And pause here, breathe in. As you breathe out, lift the hips up, slide your front foot back, and then we'll switch. Bring the other foot forward, plant the foot, hips drop down, root through the back shin. And I didn't mention this before, but make sure that your knee is over your ankle so that your foot isn't back with your knee pointing out. Really make sure that you're supporting yourself here. And then move just a little bit in and out of this stretch. Pressing through the back shin, top of the back foot. Finding ease here, not forcing. Inhale, lift the hips up. Slide the heel away, peel the toes. You can have a little bend in the front knee. And I'll move move between the two. So drop the hips down, lift the hips up. Nice. Slide the hips down, broaden across the chest one more time. And then send the hips back and come into a tabletop position. You can have your palms or your fists on the floor and take a few moments to do whatever feels good to you after that. It could be hip circles, it could be hip presses, you could come into a child's pose. It could be something that I haven't mentioned. Make yourself comfortable. What feels good in your body? All right. Sit back on your heels, or you can be up on your shins, whatever feels better in your knees. Take a couple shoulder rolls to end. And thank you for joining me. This is a great way to wake up in the morning. It could be a nice way to unwind at the end of the day. Taking 5 minutes to take care of yourself is a really good way to spend 5 minutes. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you are having a good day. Thank you.